Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and today we're doing yoga for traveling. So if you follow my channel and you know me, I just got back from a trip and I found myself without a yoga mat or any props for a week. So I wanted to make this video for you in case you're in the same boat, or maybe you don't have a mat at home, or maybe you just don't have a lot of room. Either way, this practice is for you. You don't need any props, so I will meet you when you're ready. So we're going to start off seated. You can sit right like this on your feet, or you can even grab a pillow from wherever you are. Again, you don't need a mat, so we'll start right like this. To get ourselves grounded and centered, just sit up nice and tall and start to breathe. Breathing can be the most important part of your practice, and it can be very crucial to becoming present. So even if you're traveling and you're feeling the I gotta go, 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 just give yourself a few minutes, maybe in the morning or before you wind down at night, to breathe and see what it feels like entering your body. Check in, see if you're holding on to any tension, especially if you're on a flight and you feel extra tight in the hips or the back, the shoulders, whatever you need. Just check in and feel and breathe into those spots of tension. So to start, I'm actually going to come into a cross-legged position and roll through my shoulders. Just loosen up the tension from sitting still on that airplane for so long, or in the car, wherever you are. And take my right arm out to the right side, and you can come up here on your fingertips or walk your hand out and come to your forearm, your choice. Inhale the left arm up and then over. And as you're doing that, you can come a little deeper. Like I said, come to the forearms. Pull your left shoulder back to keep your chest open, and maybe take your gaze up under that left arm. Side body stretch. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. And on the exhale, bring it to center. Inhale up to the left. Left hand comes down to the fingertips, or walk it to the forearm as you stretch up and over to the left. Pull that right shoulder back, lengthen in the side body, breathe in. Let it go. Keep that right hip rooted into the mat. One more inhale, and bring it back to center. Inhale up, and then exhale, release your hands behind your back, and release your fingers, and puff up the chest. Draw those elbows together as close as they can come behind the back, even if they don't touch. Puff up the chest, find length. Exhale. Flip your grip. Breathe in. Exhale. Take your hands to your knees or to your thighs, and we'll take a few rounds of a seated cat-cow before we get to our feet. So inhale, offer the heart forward, lift the chin, shoulders and elbows back. And exhale, round through the spine, round through the back. Maybe let the head drop. Inhale it forward. Exhale it back. One more time. Inhale it forward. Exhale back. Good. And we're going to go ahead and come to our feet. If you do have a mat and you'd like to take a down dog or a flow, you can go ahead and do so. If not, inhale the arms up. Watch your thumbs as they touch. And then sit into a chair. So set the hips back. Neutralize the pelvis. So we're not in a cow back, we're not in a cat back. We're somewhere in that neutral position. Draw the thumbs and the biceps backwards, in towards the ears. Breathe in. Exhale, sit a little lower. And then start to lift the weight into the right foot. Maybe this left leg hovers. And slowly, with control, step it back to a crescent lunge. So take up space on your mat here. If you need to wiggle the feet out a little bit wider, do so. Take your hands to your hips. Pull that left hip point forward, right hip point back. Square off the hips, bring the arms up. Deepen the lunge. Breathe in. Find a back bend, lift the chest. And then on the exhale, interlace the fingers behind your back. Puff up the chest. Lead into a humble warrior. Pressing those knuckles towards the ceiling. And breathe. So we're not resting on our right thigh. We're actually using our legs and our core to keep us up here. Breathe in, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Take the right arm back, left arm forward, twist it out. Try to keep the fingertips in a nice line, getting the shoulders lined up. As you exhale, deepen that twist, and then drop the right arm, lift the left arm up and back, exalted crescent. So my idea with this flow is to stay upright and take up as little space as possible, especially if you're wedged in between two hotel beds. Come back to that twisted crescent lunge, and then swing that right arm up. Crescent lunge. Breathe in. Pull that left arm open to hit a warrior two. So we still have a nice deep bend into this right knee. Right knee is tracking open to the back of the room. If you can't tell, I haven't taught yoga in a week, so I'm like mumbling over my words. All right, start to straighten into that right leg. Inhale to reach forward, and then drop that right arm either inside or outside of the right foot. Lift the left arm skyward, triangle pose. If you need a little help with your balance, it may be beneficial to keep your gaze down. If you're feeling pretty good, open that left shoulder and take your gaze up. Strong in the left leg just as you are in the right. Start to bend into that right knee and come back to that warrior two. And then I want you to turn all your toes to face the long edge of your mat. And I'm actually going to widen my stance a little bit here. Turn your toes out just a tad and then bend into the knees. Take your hands to your thighs. Goddess squat. So take up as much space as you want here and then just rock side to side, getting into those hips. It's okay if your shoulders sneak up to your ears. Just wiggle left and right. Open up the legs. And then we're going to drop this right shoulder towards the middle. Pull the left shoulder back. Twist it out. Keep the hips low. Breathe in. Twist a little deeper with your exhale. One more inhale. And then switch it out. Left shoulder comes to center. Right shoulder pulls back. And a little deeper. Start to come back to center. Straighten through the legs. And then turn your toes to face the front. We'll hit a crescent lunge. And then we'll step that left foot up to meet the right. Chair pose. Inhale, arms up. Check in with the pelvis. So remember, we're in a neutral position, not cow back and not a cat back. So find that neutral position. If you can't see your toes, pull the knees and shins back, deepen the hip creases, get a little lower. And then I have my toes lifted just as a reminder to keep the weight in my heels. Breathe in. Start to lift off into that left leg. Pick up the right. Just for a moment as you step it back, crescent lunge. And again, adjust where you need to adjust. Take up space. You can take your hands to your hips. Sometimes, especially if you're practicing yoga at home and you don't have someone to remind you, if you just take your hands to your low back, you can usually feel that that right hip is back further than the left. So pull the right hip crease forward, left hip crease back, square them off. Breathe in, lift that chest, find a little back bend. Exhale, release the fingers behind your back, interlace the fingers, but this time flip your grip, so it's going to feel a little different. Puff up the chest, humble warrior. Press the knuckles towards the sky. It's okay if they fall overhead. And on the inhale, sweep the arms up. Get a little deeper into this lunge. And then we'll twist it out. Left arm back, right arm forward. This can be a challenge for your balance. So just take up as much space with your legs as you need to. With each exhale, get a little deeper. And then drop that left hand. Right arm comes up and over. It feels awkward, but it's a great pose, especially if you are traveling, maybe eating a little bit differently, need help with your digestion and your bloating if you're anything like me. All right, right arm forward, left arm back, and then sweep this left arm up, crescent lunge, and then open on up, warrior two. Deep lunge into this left knee, Left knee is opening to the back of the room. And then inhale to reach forward, straighten into that left leg. And drop that left arm into triangle pose. Again, left hand can be to the outside or to the inside of this left foot. Pull the right shoulder back so it's in line with the left. And play with your gaze. Inhale. Exhale. Let this feel good into the legs. Start to bend into that left knee. Left arm up. Warrior two. And then swing this. Oh, nope, don't do that. And then turn the left toes in. We'll be in that wide-legged stance. So I'm going to turn around so my back is not to you the whole time. But you should look about like this. We're going to head back into that goddess squat. So turn the toes out, heels in just a tad, and bend into the knees, hands to the thighs. Once more, you can just kind of wiggle side to side. You can twist if that was feeling really good. Or you can take your hands to your heart and see if you can't sink a little deeper into this goddess squat. Whew. Breathe in. Exhale a little deeper. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring it down through center. Again, inhale, arms up. Watch the thumbs as they come together. Hands down to heart center. Drop the hips. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down through heart center. Drop the hips. Goddess squat. Breathe in. Take your hands to your thighs. Start to straighten into the legs. And then turn all your toes to the front. Yeah, I gotta switch my feet. I turned around. Okay. So turn all your toes to the front. We'll hit that crescent lunge. And then step the right foot up to meet the left. Chair pose. Breathe in. Lift the chest, lift the shoulders. Interlace the fingers behind the back. And as you press your knuckles down towards your heels, start to extend in the legs. Spike through the heels. And keep going with it. Start pressing your hips forward. Keeping that core in nice and tight. Let the shoulders get heavy, dropping back behind you. Find a little bit of a back bend. And then start to soft bend in the knees as you forward fold. Let those knuckles drop overhead. Widen the sit bones. As your belly gets closer to your thighs, try to glue them there. Try to find that connection. And then maybe, if you'd like, you can straighten into the legs. Ooh, keeping the belly close to the thighs. My legs are extra tight after that trip, so I'm feeling it. Good. Slowly release your grip. Let the hands come down. Find a half lift. And fold. Again, inhale, half lift. And fold. One more time, find a half lift. Bring those shoulders and elbows back. And fold. Inhale, arms all the way up. Watch the fingers as they touch. Hands to heart center. Good work. Breathe on, breathe in, take the arms up, grab a hold of your left wrist. I'm going to turn to face you. So I've got my left wrist, and then I'm going to step my right foot behind my left. Inhale to lift up out of the waist and stretch up and over to the right. My gaze is up under this left arm, keeping the left shoulder pulled back so I'm not hunching and rounding. I'm trying to keep everything open and then lengthen. Inhale to get a little deeper. Exhale. One more inhale. And then bring it up to center. Unwind the legs and switch it out. Inhale, reach up, grab a hold of your right wrist. This time the left foot comes behind the right. Stretch up and then over. And if this is difficult for your balance, you can unwind the legs, or you can even take your legs a little bit further apart. Press into the right hip, find length, pull the right shoulder back. Breathe a little deeper. And bring it on up to center. Release your grip, unwind the legs. Inhale, arms up. Watch the fingers as they touch. And exhale, gather your hands to heart center. So this actually concludes our practice for today. If you'd like to come to your knees and just take a moment to breathe and get your heart rate back to normal. It was my honor to be your guide. I hope you enjoy whatever trip you may be on, and I will see you next time. Namaste.